If bumper-to-bumper traffic ruins your day, don't even think about moving to one of these Portland areas.
Let's go. I'm Aaron Cullen, this is Brandon Cullen, and together we own a local real estate company right here in Portland, Oregon. Today, we're talking about traffic and places you might not want to move to if you hate being stuck in traffic.
Especially because it's not necessary to suffer through traffic here in the Portland area.
That's right.
We moved up here from Los Angeles. I know a lot of you live in other places with terrible traffic. So if you're moving here, you might be thinking you want an easier lifestyle, not a terrible commute.
So we're gonna go over some of the areas in Portland that have the worst commutes. So you might want to rethink if you're thinking of moving to one of these areas and you need to actually commute to, say, like downtown Portland. First on our list is Vancouver. Now, if you're thinking of moving to Vancouver, but you're gonna be commuting into Portland, say downtown, for a reference point, this is the I-5 corridor, mainly the bridge going over from Vancouver into Portland. This area is notorious for having bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's gonna be long delays, red on the map, and your commute times are gonna be double sometimes during those rush hour times. We know when everyone in the morning is trying to go from north in Vancouver into downtown, or at the end of the day from downtown area into Vancouver. I've had showings and listings up in that area before. You're in that corridor, you're locked in. There's really no other way because you're going across the Columbia River, and there's actually multiple rivers you need to cross: the Willamette, then you gotta cross the Columbia, and there's really only one bridge. Plus, pretty soon they're gonna be redoing that I-5 bridge, and that's gonna be a 10-year project to redo that. So it's already bad traffic, and they're gonna be redoing the bridge, widening it. I can't even imagine what that's gonna do to that traffic.
And the Vancouver area is really popular right now. People are seeking it out in terms of relocating to the Vancouver area. And that could work for you if you're working on the Washington side, or you work remotely. There's a lot of reasons that that area has an appeal. But if you're commuting into Portland, something you wanna think about.
Second on our list, if you're moving to Beaverton or Hillsboro, watch out. If you're commuting to downtown, you're gonna be taking the Highway 26, which goes east to west and through the north of Beaverton and into Hillsboro. Now, I'm kind of really more talking about that Hillsboro area and Beaverton if you needed to take the 217. Now, the 217 is, even on a Sunday,
it's a nightmare.
Standstill, red traffic in the middle of the day on a Sunday when we live in Lake Oswego, so we go to the beach. Exactly. So they're doing a lot of construction. The good news there is that construction should be over sometime in 2025. So traffic should lighten up, we'll see.
It's been going on for a long time. Of course, if you're gonna be working in the Silicon Forest, that sort of tech area out in Beaverton, or you work at Nike, or you work at Intel, somewhere out on that side of town, then ignore this because you're gonna be situated right where you live and work. But if you need to get across town, if you need to get to the east side of Portland, that is not a great choice.
That's a big bottleneck, is the 26 right there that goes east from downtown to west through Hillsboro. Non-traffic times, it's fine.
Even during rush hour, like I was going with a friend into northeast Portland a few weeks ago, and she lives in Raleigh Hills, which is a southwest suburb of Portland near Beaverton, where you have to take that 26. So we would be going kind of technically against the commute. We were going from Beaverton into downtown in the evening. And it was terrible. It was like twice as long to get from her house to the northeast as to get from our house in Lake Oswego, much further out to the northeast, just because of the bumper-to-bumper traffic on the 26.
So something definitely to watch out for if you have a commute. Go online, check out the commute times. You can actually, in Google Maps, you can go and set what time do you want this route, and you can see what the average traffic time is for that time of day. So go check that out. All right, the third one on our list is Tigard. Now that's a little further south of Beaverton if you're not as familiar. Why is Tigard on our list?
Well, it's really central to a lot of commercial and residential sort of entry points. So it borders Beaverton, and then as you get further out into Lake Oswego, Wilsonville, it's just kind of like gets to be a bottleneck in there again because of that 217 and all of that construction. And then there's an interchange there between the 217 and the 5, as well as the 99 West can get very congested.
And that'll take you into Sherwood over there. There is a lot of congestion, a lot of little bottlenecks right in there. So again, if you live in Tigard and you need to commute to downtown during those rush hour time periods, it's known to be a little bit longer. Fourth on our list is Gresham.
So now here we are over on the east side. This is our first one.
The far east side of the metro part of Portland. We're really talking about the 84. Now the 84 from downtown, if you're gonna get to the airport, that's the route you're gonna take. And then you still need to keep going further, way past the airport to get over to Gresham. During rush hour, those times getting in and out of Gresham can be a lot longer.
And it's just further out. So again, you would want to live out there because your life is centered around that area. You're not commuting, like heaven forbid, over to Beaverton.
Yeah, that would be a really bad commute if you had to commute from Gresham to Beaverton. Next on our list.
Fifth on our list is Wilsonville.
Yes.
So Wilsonville can be problematic because it's one of the furthest south, if not the furthest south suburb of the Portland area. And so distance-wise, you have a longer way to go. And then for whatever reason, the 5, as you get past the 217 and really right past Lake Oswego, it, for whatever reason, turns into a huge bottleneck.
Yeah. It is a really big bottleneck right there. I think partly, you're going over the Willamette.
You're getting close to the 205.
You got the 205 that kind of, empties out into the 5, whether you're going north or south. And that traffic really builds up during rush hour times.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be going south, and for whatever reason, there's always an accident. It's very accident prone, I think, because of that 205 getting onto the 5, that kind of interchange there. There's always a lot of accidents. And if there's an accident, near that bridge, it just further backs it up. So if you're gonna be living in Wilsonville, look at your commute, look at your ways, especially if you're going to downtown, just expect you're gonna be having a lot of traffic.
And sitting in that annoying bumper to bumper right as you're about to get home. Like 2 exits away from your house, you're sitting there.
But you're not home.
And like we said at the beginning, there's really no reason to suffer through a bad commute in Portland because there are so many great neighborhoods where you could live and work in that neighborhood if you pick strategically.
That's right.
So if you're thinking about moving here, reach out so that we can talk to you about what your work and lifestyle look like and help you pick the right area.
We're local real estate agents, so use our knowledge of the city, of traffic. Give us a call. We'd be happy to chat. All right, well, if you guys enjoyed this video, stay tuned for the next one coming up right now.